If you are considering filing for Social Security disability benefits, you may not know where you should start. In this video, we will walk you through your options for filing and give you a few tips along the way. First, here are some things to consider. Number 1. Are you out of work due to medical impairments? These may be physical or mental. Social Security also allows some part-time work, earnings up to about $1,000 per month. If you are disabled and earn less than this amount, you can still apply. Number 2. Is your disability expected to last more than 12 months? Sometimes, a person becomes disabled because of an accident or injury. If your injury heals in a few months, this will not meet the 12-month rule. Number 3. Do you have supportive doctors? Social Security depends upon medical evidence, and your word alone counts very little. In order to prove disability, you should have current and ongoing medical care with a doctor. Number 4. There is help out there, and you can get a free consultation with an attorney or representative who can help analyze your case. After you have given consideration to those questions, you then may wonder what your options are for filing this claim. You have a few choices. You can file a claim online at ssa.gov. What are the pros to this choice? This is probably the most accurate method, since you can thoroughly review all of the information you are submitting. What are the cons? Filing online can be very tedious and time-consuming, since all of the information must be entered a particular way and in a particular format. Another option is to file by phone. You can call Social Security's National 800 number at 1-800-772-1213 and tell them you would like to file for disability by phone. If you think you may meet low income requirements, you should also mention that you would like to file for SSI, or Supplemental Security Income. This is another payment program for disability benefits. The Social Security employee you talk to will set up a phone appointment. They will give you a date and time that another Social Security employee will call you to complete the full application. There are some pros for filing over the phone. It is probably the most convenient method for filing. You don't have to go anywhere, and you fill out fewer forms. It also usually takes less time than other methods. However, this approach is a bit more impersonal than other methods. Your third option for filing is to file in person. To do this, you would again start by calling Social Security at 1-800-772-1213, just as if you were setting up a phone appointment, but this time you would tell them you want an in-person interview. This interview will be held at your local Social Security office. Again, remember to mention SSI if you think you may meet low income requirements. Filing in person can be good because a Social Security employee will see you. They may notice that you have trouble walking or sitting for a long time. You should never exaggerate your condition, but if you truly have a visible component to your disability, this may be a good choice. Social Security employees do make notes about your appearance that go into your file. On the other hand, some disabilities are not visible and cannot be seen. In this case, you lose that benefit with an in-person interview, and it may even be a slight negative, since you might appear just fine to the interviewer. There is also the added hassle of having to go to the Social Security office, and you may have to wait once you are there. You will have to weigh out your options and decide if this is a good choice for you. The last option which may be available to you is to seek out a representative or attorney to assist you in filing. Not all attorneys handle initial applications, but it may be worth checking, especially if you have been out of work for a while. Attorneys and representatives can make sure your application is very accurate. They can use terminology that better matches your conditions with what Social Security is looking for. Attorneys can look into details you may not know about. This option also makes filing more convenient since you have someone else doing it for you. Obviously, you would need to consider that this option does carry a cost to you, but Social Security attorneys will not charge unless they win your case, so this option may be more affordable than you think. Whichever method you choose for filing, the questions you are ultimately asked will be the same. You will be asked questions about your conditions. Make sure you list all of your conditions, even ones you may not consider part of your disability. This may include birth defects, depression or anxiety, or other lifelong conditions you've come to deal with. Include everything. You will also need to make a list of your medical providers. This includes doctors, clinics, hospitals, chiropractors, and even physical therapists. In regards to your work history, you will need to make sure you can list all of your jobs in the past 15 years. If you think you might be low income, go ahead and have income and asset information for yourself and your spouse. So now you know the ways to file and how to prepare. Let's give you a few more tips before you begin down this road to Social Security disability. Tip number 1. Start your application by the end of the month. Social Security disability benefits are sometimes retroactive, meaning Social Security may give you payments back to the month after you file, or sometimes even before that. But there are limits, and each month you put off filing is a month of benefits you could be losing. If you are going to file, get it done as soon as possible. Tip number 2. When you are asked for the date you became disabled, go back as far as possible. Better to list a date too early than too late. If your date is too early, Social Security will fix it. List the earliest date you were either out of work completely or working less than about $1,000 per month because of your disability. Tip number 3. Make sure your medical conditions are in your medical records. If you have back pain, make sure you have told your doctor about it and discussed treatment options. If you have a missing finger, make sure your current doctor is aware of it and that it somehow gets into your medical records. If it isn't in your records, it is very unlikely Social Security will consider it. So good luck as you begin this journey to Social Security disability benefits. If you still have questions, please feel free to call Craig Swap and Associates. We have professionals who have been working with Social Security for many years and know the answers to your questions. Also, if you are over 50 and have been out of work for at least 6 months, we may be able to assist you in filing your claim for benefits. And as always, we are more than glad to discuss your recent denial and see if we can help with your appeal. So give us a call and see what Craig Swap and Associates can do for you. One call, that's all.